So, good morning, everybody. It's another fine work day here. Unfortunately, we had some discussions last night, so we're going to have a little bit of changes on our tie bars tonight. They actually have already been busy, so here, let me show you. So, yesterday, all this work right here was already had the tie bars on it, and this whole run was, but they took them apart today. Here they are. We wanted a heavier duty. They only put 12 mm, and we were thinking that it should be 16 since everything else is 16 here on the base. And talked to our contractor, and he said, well, we can slide them in, but it ended up looking like they had to completely tear it apart. And then we also got one more other issue. We'll see if we can correct it today before they put everything back together. Talked to the contractor, but he's up in Manila doing some other stuff. We'll try to see if we can fix all of our problems today and not have to redo any more bars, which would not be fun. So these guys are pretty happy right now. I ran around yesterday and got a few tools for myself and got myself a handy dandy leveler, and these guys are happy too because they are now borrowing and using the leveler. Makes life a lot easier for these guys. New pet.
Well, my husband made a perch for this rooster behind us. Oh my god, a spoiled rooster.
Alrighty, so we're going to take a little look at our inventory. The guys have been slaving around hard, making bags of sand and gravel. And this is our little inventory shack. See if we can get the transition. Alright, so this is what we have for rebar. Got some 10, a little bit of 12s, and I think I counted 14 16 millimeter rebar. This is our Portland cement. Getting a little low, but we're all right. I think we're gonna get a delivery today, is what I am hearing, and then we're gonna wander over here and look at the rest of the gravel pit. Still got lots of gravel, and then our sand mound's getting down there. The guys have probably done 2/3 of the sand or so. There's a little bit left. We'll see how far it gets us. I would suspect we'll be getting another load here at some point soon. So they are finishing putting concrete in the footings right now, and the rest of the ones that are left. And Kuya over here, the foreman, is over here tamping down, making sure there's no air bubbles, old school way. The little piece of rebar. We don't have no fancy equipment to vibrate them, so it all works its way in there. We just got the old school, shove the bar down in there and make sure everything is good. And now he's using a rebar that he's using the tamp to measure out how deep it is. He got a little wire on there. When it hits to a certain spot, and then it's full.
Well, looks like they're about to do a bending for the 16 mm. So let's take a look. What is the measurement from the end?
10 ha, tapos 30, tapos
10?
10 centimeter.
10 centimeter, then 30 centimeter. Okay. Alright, so they're gonna use their joint force to bend the 16 mm. because it requires 2 4s in here. So this is new for them, using the 16 mm for the tie beam, and we're using a anchor for the outside. Well, he is redoing the wiring because they have to find a way so they can make it easier for them to put the rebar continuously in there. So as you can see, that 3 stirrups are already dropped because they wanted to have some space in here so they can tie the 16 mm, the letter C that they are gonna use for now.
So we had a little misunderstanding this morning. We're trying to change a little bit on the rebars like it was yesterday, except for this one. We were trying to make it an anchorage down on past it, but instead of them doing that, they actually did opposite. They took the 2 tops and made them anchors, and just left this one on the outside. These ones need to be on the inside right in here past halfway point, and then this one on the outside and bent down into a C, and the bottom ones, they just need to come back a little bit past halfway point so it all works. But we're gonna get it worked out from here on out. We got it all figured out, so we're getting it. So guys have been busy today. They have filled in all the columns around the base plates with dirt all the way up.
Looks like they're trying to figure out the 16 mm, and we're trying to find a remedy because we have a misunderstanding of doing the letter C instead of just the 12 mm, and they did letter C for the 16 mm too, so they have to find a ways to change it. Alright, so they have to do some adjustments. So they have to straighten up the letter C 12 mm because it's a little bit wider. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Manumatic.
Sa walang pataplusan.
Sanay naman ako. Sanay naman sa...
Ang muso, boss.
Ang madalang muso.
Balik ko eh.
Para nakapusit na yan. Salah nga. Okay.
Tahan.
30 centimeter? Okay, I guess they're adjusting it to 30 centimeter.
Pare.
Well, it looks like we all figured out that this 12 mm right here is the letter C, and then we use the 16 mm in both edge, so we got 4 16 mm and 2 of the 12 mm. And now let me show you guys how far. You see how far from the bottom? You might think why it's too high, but because it's much easier for them to put the stirrups and tie it. And then this piece right here, the 8 mm, is the catcher. They're gonna remove that once they're done tying all the stirrups, and then it will be easier for them. Because having a trenches like that, it's so tight for them to tie every stirrups. Look how easy for them to put the ties. And also the gravel, they have to pour more because now it's all mixed in with the dirt. Look at this technique. They use this 2 little 8 mm right here to carry the weights of this tie beam, and then later on they will drop it over there. How easy is that? Well, we're 30 minutes before their shift to be done, and this is what's the changes happen. We just replace the 12mm to the 16mm, and then I'll show you guys the end after they finish this side. It's right there. They're setting up the other side, and of course the first bar will be for the outside.
Tapos,
Sa labas ulit, Ray.
pangilala. Teka muna.
Lalagay muna natin yan ng stirrup
Stirrup.
bago sasaksakin mo. Tama po, bilangin mo natin stirrup. 440. 220. Baka naman. Ang bibilis.
Well, I guess they have to put the stirrup first before they attach the rest of the rebar.
Talagang pag ang tao ay bata-bata pa, talagang ang utak ay bata-bata pa rin nga. Bata pa rin mag-isip.
Oo.
Bata pa rin isip.
Sabi ng mama, hindi na namin naalala yan.
Where they're segregating again the stirrups and that one.
Lagi na. Sama na lang ako.
Kamay. Ay, oo. Kamay, ang kamay mo, safety. Ang kamay namin.
Kuya is very secure with the gloves. Well, it looks pretty good right now. We don't have a 12mm yet with the letter C in the end. So they probably have to do it tomorrow. Yun.
Tapos yung stirrup. May isa nagtatas ng stirrup. Sige, naipit niya. Heavy.
Sakto. Oh, at least it's bendable.
Yeah.
Now they're gonna bend it again with 30 centimeter.
30.
Okay, they're gonna bend it to create a letter C, so they can do the anchor. This is how they bent the letter C on the end.
Sige tayo. Sige. Up. Tara. Yan. Okay. Madulas. Basta kung patatapusin.
Bitawan. Matigas yata isang yan.
Tara.
Hindi. Mulat na lang natin ulit.
Diba? Up.
There you go. Uh-oh.
Sabila.
Kumikot dito.
Pababa ka yan ah. Hindi.
Pipin natin.
There.
Tayo. Pangukontra.
Ay, baka makatabso.
Yeah, tipakin ko baba.
There. Straight. A little bit more.
Tama.
Yeah.
Yes, sipa. Diba? Up.
Here we go. Easy and smooth.
Anong nagdakot mo sa ilalim?
Uy.
Well, that's it for today, guys. Hope you learned something and from our mistakes. No, not
But
mistakes.
not really mistakes.
It's
We
a-
just wanted a little bit beefier
Yes.
system. So, I mean, they just undid a day's work to put, take 12 millimeter to 16 millimeter, and then a little bit of misunderstandings on our connections, but we got it all figured out and sorted. So now we are all straight and we can forge ahead.
Alright, well, I guess it's not a mistake. It's a misunderstanding. Thank you guys for watching, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel, click the subscribe button below, and if you wanted to get notified, hit the bell button as well, and you'll get notified for our next video for tomorrow. Bye guys! See you!